Name is Lakshman Bahadur Kimire, and I'm currently studying in ISMT College in Section Z 2023 batch. So, as a part of my project, or you can say assignment, as I'm employed as a junior network security specialist for Eagle Safety Shields ESS, I have configured some network topology over here separately for ACL, VPN, NAT. VLAN and INTER-VLAN and various other like OSPF, DHCP, and DMZ. So moving to the before moving to the configuration part, let me introduce you to all the terms I have used over here. So first of all, it's ACL. So ACL is an access control list and which is used for security features in networking to control and restrict access to internet resources. It is sorry, it is basically used to permit or deny traffics based on their factors such as IP addresses, protocols, and port numbers. So you can see all the routers over here. So in all the routers I have used OSPF. So what is OSPF is like? OSPF is open shortest path first. So let me show you the, so I have given password here. So password is 123. So so you can see over here password. So you can see I have used OSPF 10 with area 0. So I'll tell you all over this. So yeah, I have used OSPF, which is like dynamic like routing protocol used in large scale to determine the most effective path for data transmission. So OSPF is support multiple areas, load balancing and fast coverage, making it a reliable source for enterprise and service provider network. So after OSPF, OSPF. So let me go for DHCP. So DHCP is a dynamic host configuration protocol. So dynamic host configuration protocol is used to automatically assign IP addresses and other network configurations such as subnet marks, okay, such as subnet marks, default gateway, and DNS. So how it works, I'll show you. Now I am in static. So when I click on DHCP, it will provide me all the IP address, subnet marks, gateway, and server according to the network range I have provided. So it you can see over here DHCP request successful. So yeah, after that, let me introduce you the topic NAT. So what NAT is? Like NAT is a network address translation. So it is a technique used to modify IP addresses information in a packet header while they are in transit. So what it basically means is that when I send packet from here to here from my network to the server, it should be able to communicate with the server. So this first try it's always failed. So when I do it in second try, you can see it is successful. So what is basically does is net converts IP FIFO address by allowing multiple devices on a local network to share a single public IP address. It also improves security by holding internal network addresses from external threats. So let's go to the another topic, which is VPN. So VPN is a virtual private network. So yeah, what VPN basically does, it's secure communication technology. It is a secure communication technology that allow users to establish a private network, private and encrypted communication between networks over a public or you can say untrusted network via the internet. Okay, so VPN are widely used for remote access, or you can say ensuring data privacy and bypassing any other restriction. So you can see over here, I have created tunneling. So this part, which is my serial port 0 by 0 by 0, and this part, which is my serial part 0 by 0 by 1, or you can say this router 1 and this router 2 is able to communicate with each other through the process of tunneling. So they communicate with each other in the form of private network. So let's go for VLAN and inter-VLAN. So VLAN is a virtual local area network. So it is a VLAN is a logical segmentation of a physical network into multiple isolated broadcast domain. So VLAN, what VLAN does is like it helps to communicate with. You can see this VLAN. I like made three VLANs, VLAN 10, 20 and 30. So it will be what VLAN does, it helps to communicate between the network of the same similar VLAN. So only VLAN 10 network, which is like this PC 101 and PC 11, should only be able to communicate with each other, not with others. So you can see they are communicating. So VLAN helps to communicate with a similar VLAN. So what inter-VLAN does is it helps to communicate between different VLANs. So when I click from here to here, it's always failed in the first time. So when I send the same packet from here to here, you can say it's successful. So it is the job of the VLAN. So before moving to the configuration part, I forgot to mention something about here. So the in NAT, I have used the concept of DMZ, which is dematerialized zone. So dematerialized zone is a security buffer zone between an internal network and the external network. So it hosts public-facing services like web servers, email servers, and DNS servers while preventing direct access to the internal network. So it uses the concept of inside DMZ and outside DMZ. So inside DMZ is the internal part of DMZ contains system that need controlled external access while maintaining some level of internal security. So what outside DMZ is like, it's an external part that interacts with public users. So which is my public IP is like 200.10.10.0 network by 24. So it helps to interact with public user, providing restricted access to the essential server without exposing the private network. So it helps to communicate with the help of public server. It's also your private sector, what it basically means. So yeah, let's move to the my configuration part. So first of all, I want to show you the configuration of ACL. So you can see, oh, I've already done that. So you can see I'll be in. Okay, so let's say when I do enable, it is asking me my password. I have already shown you that. So I've already logged in. So when I do so run, so you can see the IP address I have used in the Ethernet. So it's like 192.168.3 range IP. So this is the subnet marks of 255.255.255.0. So I have used over here, you can see router OSPF 10 and the area 0. And this is the IP range for serial port, which is 10.0.0.0 IP. So and subnet marks is 255.0.0.0. So this much for this ACL. So for the DHCP, I have already showed you, like when I click on DHCP, it should be able to give my DHCP, which is the main concept of DHCP. So now let's move for NAT. So what is a NAT? Is a NAT? I have already told you the NAT is a network address translation. So it translates I mean private IP to public IP and vice versa. In this topology, I have used IP range of 192.168.0.0 by 24 range IP, and for public IP, I have used 200.10.10.0 by 24 IP. So I have already told you inside and outside net. So with the DMZ, so how it is configured, I'll show you. First of all, I have to communicate, make it. I have to communicate between them. Between them. So first, I'll send another packet to. So yeah, you can see they are communicating with us. So when I go here in CLI, and I'll do enable. So let me first set a password over here. So I'll show you how can we set password also. So I have to be in config mode. Uh, yeah, so you can see. Sorry, I have to be in configure mode. So now you can see I'm in configure mode. So when I write here enable password, and the password will be 111. So yeah, if the password. So when I exit from here and write it, and again, which is writing means to save this. So when I again click enable, so you can see it's asking me for password. So password will be 111. So when I write here, so run, you can see the password is over here 111. So you can see over here IP net inside and IP net outside, and the IP address I have used with the range of public IP 200, and this is the IP address I have used in the network, which is the range of 92.6168.0.0. So after that, I want to show you the configuration of DMZ. So for that, what I have to write is so IP NAT translation. So before this, let me send the packet from here to here again. So and now when we do the same thing, so yeah, you can see the DMZ configuration is shown here inside and outside whatever I have kept. Yeah. So after that, let's move to the VLAN and inter-VLAN. So I have already told you what is a VLAN. So yeah, a VLAN is a virtual LAN area network. So in two different switches, I have put VLAN 10, 20, and 30. So in this process, only the similar network are able to communicate with each other, and the different villains will not be able to communicate with each other. What the villain concept is all about? Okay, so it is communicating. So after implementing the villain, all the networks will be communicate with each other. So from here to here, so first of all, it's always fail. So from here to here again, sorry, here to here again, it's saying fail because I'm coming from there to here. Yeah, you can see it's successful. So this is all the concept of VLAN and inter-VLAN. So the important things to note is that in switch I configure read. I have configured switch mode trunk, which is like switch mode trunk, in order to give routes to route to the other VLAN. So to give route to the other VLAN, I have used switch mode trunk. So let me show you the configuration part. So I need to enable. So run config. So you can see with the hostname, I haven't given any password over here. So you can see the IP address I've used over here and the other IPs used over here. So yeah, and for the switch also the conditional ones. So yeah, you can see switch port access is given over here. And I have already told you that I have used switch mode trunk. So yeah, you can see switch mode trunk, which is the only reason that the other VLANs are communicating with each other. So for after seeing this much, like I have now one concept to tell you about SSH. So which is like I can control, like, or you can say, in which I can remotely access, or you can say log in the route with my PCs, or you can say with my these PCs with the help of my username and password. So let me show you that how I do this. So when I go to the, I've already configured that. So when I go here, and so I SSH minus L, and the username I have given is Cisco over here, and there I have to give the network. So 10.0.0.2. So you can see it is asking for my password. So the password is ISMT12. So yeah, you can see I am able to access this. So when I enable this, or you can say when I give its password is ISMT123. So when I give Lakshman over here, yeah, you can see now if I want to change the name, so I'm going in terminal mode, and when I like host name, ISMT. Sorry, yeah, you can see the name over here ISMT. So I'll write it. Sorry, first of all, I have to exit, and when I write it, yeah, you can see it's working perfectly. So yeah, this is all about my assignment or project. So yeah, thank you for watching.